Oh boy. I don't really have any elemental resist, so that's not so hot. Probably should have put something on, but they do both. Titanic. Oh. Can I paralyze this guy? Oh man. Then another one. That's good. What's this? It's funny. I have fear. Oh, I only have one. I don't really feel like wasting it. Especially if I want to do slime. A lot of damage to take from not very much. Oh, well, you would do that, wouldn't you? Okay, that's better. Interesting. .017? I don't recall .017. That was the release actually I did. But I don't recall it being, like, so good or anything. It had, like, old amulets, which is not a thing I care about, and I don't know what else. Mostly, I mean, I think you could probably say pretty much every version is about bike shedding. I'm not sure how, like, 0.18 and 0.19 are special. I mean, they had a huge change of wands, which I think is extremely impactful because wands are one of the, like, most important consumable items. It had a big change with amulets, post 17. There There were a bunch of god changes. I mean, you could say that the new species and gods added are not great, but you could say that easily about all the gods that are in 0.17, and you wouldn't be wrong. Yeah, wand changes was huge. I mean, so was amulet changes, to be honest. Well, I shouldn't overstate that. There were some significant ones like reflection being added, which is actually a somewhat decent amulet. Probably that one is the one that stands out more than anything. Well, that was a good change, not having the crazy crappy design wands, and our mute is irrelevant. Even for extended, I don't think I would ever care about our mute. Like, especially now with the mutation pot thing, it's like so easy to cure mutations. My god, look at this, dude. Each one of these is basically like cure 6 mutations right here. Or going from 4 to 2, that's a good point actually. Oh yeah, the level shortening was good. I mean, that is not huge. I mean, but I don't think you could fairly call that bike shedding either. Well, what we should really do, just to like help fix it for once and all, is just properly version the scores on the scoring page, so that it wasn't like this silly thing where only if you got the all-time ever you could have a listing. I think that's part of it. I mean, people might like certain things in certain versions, but it would be really nice if we had like a better way to list those scores for pretty much any of the achievements. Oh look, it's Nicole's vault. Been saying that for days. You mean for the Chivo thing? Nope. Yeah, I probably should mess around with mutations. I don't have particularly good ones right now. Yeah, that's almost a like speedrun stuff. Which, I mean, whatever, you know, speedruns. Whether they real time or turn count. It's not like like Crawl is not a game that is just that well designed that it can succeed on all those different, oh boy, what do we got going on here? All those different fronts at once. I don't want a freezing sword, do I? Level is totally cleared. Don't really want to waste summoning decks too much, but I don't have a whole lot to do that's convenient, and I don't really want to fight. This is probably a Deep Elf Knight. Those can be kind of a pain. Maybe I'll just go ahead and burn a telly. Whoa. Hello, friend. Yeah, to be precise, there are actually more stairs than there were before, but they're not. They're no longer connected to each other. Well, actually, if you actually count them, yeah, it might even out because the upstairs kind of cancels out the upstairs where it was on Tomb 2. And then going up. There's an additional one on Tomb 2 to get you back to Tomb 1, but that one doesn't really count for anything. There are 2 stairs on Tomb 2 down to Tomb 3 and 2 upstairs. There are more there, so there used to be 3 upstairs going to Tomb from 3 to 2. Now there's only 2, but they're actually spread apart from each other. Well, it's not really correct to just say you drop down and there's no staircase upstairs. I mean, obviously you have to have a way to get back up, right? So the way it works is some point for all these places, at some point close by there's a return upstairs, and that by close by it's 12 to 15 tiles from where you start. And that's true for all of the places that got their stairs replaced. Wow. There is randomization as to like possible locations, but the locations where they can be are fixed. It's just there's some randomization as to which one is chosen. So no, it's not RNG like you might get, you know, one that's particularly far. The one that's randomized is actually only the return for Tomb 2. Yeah, that's the only one that's randomized, which is something that could be changed potentially, but there's not a lot of room to randomize it too much. I guess you could some on Tomb 3, but that would kind of make it harder. Depends on which level you're talking about. For Tomb 3, basically, one of the changes that happened with Tomb 3 is that there are doors in the loot chamber that were added in the 2 loot chambers. So probably you're going to go through one of those doors right away. And when you go into the loot chamber, each one has a exit staircase. So all you have to do is fight to whatever extent that you want to fight before you want to take that exit staircase. That can be anywhere from like literally clearing the entire all of the Tomb 3 onslaught if you have the right character and fight, you know, well, to just fighting what you can and then taking the return stairs. And then if you come back down and there's a lot of stuff, you're probably going to have some things waiting, so you might need to get creative to get into, say, the other loot chamber, maybe with some blinking or just, you know, haste running over there. So Tomb 3 is really not going to be too much. If you're at all using any kind of tactics, Tomb 3 is not really going to be that much harder for you. It's harder if you want to do like brainless combat of just upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, and tab stuff and not think about it. So it's harder in that sense. Tomb 2 is, honestly, the return staircase is pretty close, but you cannot like directly stair dance. There's also a lot fewer monsters, so I think the easiest strat is probably just to teleport on Tomb 2. That's probably the single easiest strat to do. But it's pretty easy to run up to the return staircase, fight some stuff, and then go up and basically cycle that. Or you can just run into one of the outer rooms and fight from there. When I did playtesting, I did both the teleport on Tomb 2 and I ran into the outer room. One thing that'll make it a lot easier is if you map the levels so that you see where everything is. Like if you want to run into the outer doors, you need to see where the doorway into those rooms are. Not the outer doors, the outer rooms. You need to see where the doorway is. So Magic Map is, unless you happen to know what the layout exactly is going to be important. Yeah, there's a VOD of me playtesting through it, although it's not the final version. It's mostly me playtesting on Tomb 2, if you want to see it. Show us the new Tomb while playing as Eric Gansar. I would. We'll have to wait for. I don't want to. I could get copyright infringement if I claim I'm Eric Ansar. Eric would. The actual Eric Ansar would sue me. Oh, thank you for the auto host, Hard Moto. What am I doing? Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. I love it how he fears you and then he moves towards you. That's good. Good monster AI. Oh, yeah, that's right. Whoa. Neo Hurricanes are. Oh, it was a shapeshifter. Huh. It's like, oh, that was somebody that I degened, but no. Oh, I guess we can do it, guys. Ooh, I like that. Well, that's not so bad. Power to wands. Not super critical to worry about. RC is nice because I have kind of a little bit of a problem with elemental resistances. I still don't like the mutation change because it just doesn't make a lot of sense, but you might get some other... I'm not sure if anybody's going to change it this version. Mostly it makes... any time you get a bad mutation, it's like the odds that you're not going to be able to cure it are pretty vanishing. Unless you just happen to have rolled like... Great. My dex is better now that I don't have the ring off. I'm pretty even, so I can go either way. but probably strength would be good. If for no other reason, well, I may have to wear this minus strength ring. But I have decent dex. I could stand to have a bit more. But I'm probably still getting some benefit for strength to my EV. Dex would do more. I'm just worried if I put on the ring, it will drop me down to 14, and I may not get another good. I may be stuck with that as a fire resistance source, so. Wow. Second Storm Dragon. Uh-oh. Oh, man. So yeah, let's just take strength. Bugaplu. Buugaplu. This is the perfect music for when your Panlord and Cacodemon blows up your mortal enemies into chunks of rendered flesh. This music perfectly captures the mood. Whoa. In the hallway there, it's a little bit scary with the Xobeh. So I decided to hop. Thanks, Nem. Fire's probably not going to do me much good. Freddy. Uh-oh. Get wrecked, Fred. Bye, Fred. Look at that. Enchant armor. Already fully enchanted up here. Guess I can enchant my gloves. Probably get those replaced though. And my helmet, wow. Ouch. This dude, figured out what my game plan was pretty fast.